What's up guys, it's Widgeon TV here. Today on Destiny in Depth, we're going to be talking about Glass Half Full. So the Glass Half Full perk is actually pretty interesting. So stick around till the end of the video. I think I have a good one for you guys today. So if you guys like the video, make sure to hit the like button and consider subscribing. It really helps out my small channel more than you guys know. Alright, so let's jump into this. So Glass Half Full is actually a pretty common perk. Most notably, you can find it on the Hard Light exotic weapon, and you can find a form of it on the Suros regime. But you can also find it on pulse rifles like the Grasp of Malok. So the perk description reads, the bottom half of each magazine causes additional damage. So obviously the perk activates at 50% of your magazine. It will make a sound and it will cause your gun to glow. But notably, it won't show that it's active on the left side like most perks. Alright, so let's move on to the most important part of this perk, and that's the damage. Alright, so you might think that the damage would be pretty easy to calculate, right? Well, weirdly enough, the damage bonus is not consistent. It actually scales higher the deeper you are in your magazine. So let me show you what that means. So obviously, when the perk isn't active, you'll be doing normal damage. But the next shot after the flash of light and the sound showing that the perk is active, you'll be doing an extra 3% damage. But if you keep shooting, by the end of your magazine, you'll be doing an additional 6% damage. So that's not that bad of a gain in damage, but I would have liked to see a little bit more from this perk. Something near 10% probably would have been good, because perks like Crowd Control give you 15% extra damage. I'll put a link to that video in the description. But unfortunately, this isn't even the worst news I have for Glass Half Full, because I decided to graph the damage. And after doing so, I realized that Glass Half Full is even weaker than I thought it was. So I expected my graph to be a linear graph. A graph that consistently increases damage with the number of shots. But unfortunately, this isn't true. I found a weird scaling graph when I plotted the numbers. So I made this graph using numbers from Hard Light. And Hard Light has 40 shots in the magazine, so there are 20 bullets in the magazine that will be helped by the Glass Half Full perk. And as you can see here, about 10 or 12 shots from the bottom half of that magazine are not really getting any damage boost above 3%. It's only like 1 or 2 damage at this point. It's not until the last 5 rounds in the magazine that the damage boost really takes effect. So overall, pretty disappointing stuff from Glass Half Full, but I thought it was interesting nonetheless. So on top of this, I calculated that the total extra damage given by this perk is only 2 shots. So it'd be pretty much like Hard Light had 42 shots in the magazine. That's all the extra damage given by this perk. So after getting this information, I pessimistically brought Suros Regime into the Crucible. And when I watched some gameplay online of people using Suros Regime, I noticed that they would be shooting about half their magazine out right when they spawned, to make sure that they got that extra damage when they got into an engagement. So I tried this tactic out, and I was met with disappointing results, especially because the damage buff isn't enough to sacrifice those extra rounds in your magazine. Although it worked pretty well on the Grasp of Malok just as a passive perk, you definitely can't actively try to use this perk to any positive effect. But in PvE, I think it does give some value because of the extra damage it gives. Whether that extra damage is worth a different perk, I'm not sure. But anyway, that's all I have on Glass Half Full. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to like and consider subscribing. This has been Widgeon TV. Thanks for watching, guys.